Right, so you want to get your software set up and running, so plug your USB in, be careful not to damage the USB connector, be careful and just make sure you've got the right orientation. So what we're going to do is, this is the main screen that you see when you start a mission planner. I'm going to say initial setup. As you can see here, we're not connected at the moment, but you don't want to be connected when you're installing the firmware, so we're going to do the wizard, which I've never actually done, so we'll see what happens. So click wizard. So you want to select what vehicle, so obviously we're going for a multi-rotor. We want to select our frame layout, which is a Y. We want to select what port we're on, so you can do, I believe it'll auto detect what port you're on, but I'm on COM7, you might be on a different one. So it's going to get from the internet the latest firmware. So it's saying here that the board has been retired, so it's no longer going to get any firmware updates. So if you want the new features that are coming out, you're going to have to purchase a Pixhawk, which is a bit more expensive, but that's up to you. I'll say OK. It's downloading it from the internet. It's going to flash the board with the software, with the firmware. I'm going to leave this in real time so you can see how long it actually takes. So first it'll load it to the board, and then it'll just check the software again to make sure that it's written it correctly. What you could do here as well is, if you've got a USB extension cable, this would be a good time to use it, because we're going to be swinging the copter around a bit to calibrate the mag and such. What would be a good idea as well is to get a bit of tape and just tape the USB to the arm. I could use a tie wrap. Just tie wrap it to the arm like that, and then you don't put any stress on the connection there. So we're just waiting for the software, the firmware to be verified. We'll get into some calibrations. So now it's connecting. It's getting all its parameters. We should be good to go. So there's the frame layout, so it's still got the same layout. So next, right, now we're going to calibrate. So press start, press continue. On its left side, so obviously just follow the images and line it up as square as you can. You could use a book as a right angle if you wanted to, but I'm not bothered about that. So left. Oops, continue, right, continue, nose down, continue, nose up, put on its back, level as possible. Move my green mat. Continue. Calibration successful. So now we're going to go next. So we're going to do compass calibration, so you can watch the YouTube example, but basically you swing, so you point it one way, turn it through 360, then do the same on all the other axes. keep doing this. Once it's got enough data points, it'll auto accept, as you can see on the screen there, which is telling you. It'll tell you where you should try aim for to get more all the data points in the correct position. There you go. So it's got your offsets. It's good stuff. Okay, these will be different for you depending on where you are in the world. Next, what we've got to do now. What version do I own? So I've got, I think mine's a non-3DR. What sensor am I using? I am using just a power module. What battery size? I will be using a 3000 with this. Nope, don't have a sonar. So now we're going to go on to radio calibration. So what I'll do is I'll insert a picture of my actual configuration that's inside my radio of the channels. So if you are using the exact setup I've got, then you can do so. So switch on. I'm going to set it up as, I'm going to use my default Tri 3S setup that I had before, but I'm just going to rename it later on, so continue. But basically, when you move the pitch stick, when you push it up on your transmitter, it should go down on the screen. So like that, and then obviously your yaw, your roll and your throttle, they should just follow on the screen as before. So I'm going to click Calibrate. OK. So we're going to say OK, and then we're going to move all the sticks to as far as they'll go, so around each stick round in circles. And then all your gear switches. So as you can see here, I've got my radio 5 auxiliary set up. So I've got 1 position, 2 position, 1 position, 2 position, 3 position, and then I've got 4, 5 and 6, so I'll show you that setup in there as well. And then I've got radio 7 connected, which is that one. So that's for tuning your PIDs and things like that. So once everything's done and you've got your red marks at either end of your travel, click when done. So center your sticks, make sure you throttle down, press OK, and there's your settings. So we'll go next. So basically for the first flight, I suggest you just set everything to stabilise. So that you don't accidentally trigger a different mode. So as you can see, my switches just switch through all the different settings. Next. So I haven't put in the GPS unit yet, but it's just a simple plugin. So click next. So we won't set up any of this at the moment. Click next. We don't want geofence. That's it. That creates a fence if you fly too far. You've got to come back to the next. So there you go. So what I want to do is give the motors a test spin. So I think if we go into initial setup, optional hardware motor test, if we connect on our battery, beep. And I think if we go click this, I don't know. Right. So we're armed. So there you go. All the motors are spinning, which is good stuff. As you can see, if you drop the number down to below 20, the motors won't spin. So what we'll have to do next is have to calibrate the motors. So I'll just have a look, just remind myself how to do that. We'll be back in a minute. So to calibrate the motors, set your throttle stick to the highest position, plug your battery in, disconnect the power again, and plug in again. Throttle stick down to the lowest position. Disconnect the power. Or your throttle stick down again. And arm your copter down and to the right on the left stick for me. Get a solid red light. All the motors should spin. Start spinning at the same time like that. There you see you got the full throttle range, which is good. So that's it. So disconnect again now. There you go. So the next thing you want to do is check the rotation of your motors. So the front left and the back right, they should turn clockwise, and then the other two should turn counterclockwise. So if you just arm your copter, so straight away my front left is turning the wrong way. So what I'll do is I'll just turn that one round to show you how to do that, and then just do the rest for ones that you've got wrong. So flip it over. What you want to do is disconnect any two wires and switch them over like that. So now you power back up. It's now spinning the correct way. So on the APM, when you first boot up, there's a red light that flashes. It'll flash quickly at first when it's loading, leave it a few seconds, then you'll see it just flash every second or so. And if you arm your copter, it'll go solid red when it's armed, and that means it's all ready to go. Then you can go down and to the left to disarm it again. So we're just gonna now finish off now we've checked all the motor directions, we're just gonna finish off by putting final tie wraps on, bunching the wires together nicely and just fitting the tie wraps on like this. Snip off the excess. So basically, clockwise propeller on front left, clockwise propeller on front right, anti-clockwise on the other two. That should be it. Now, with your props, you should balance them. There's loads of videos on YouTube, so I'm not going to show you how to do that. Just have a quick look up on that. Just balance them as well as you can. Obviously, the better you balance them, the better stability you have. You don't have many vibrations. The next thing you can also do, just to finish off, is put the rest of your screws into your frame and attach your standoffs as well. That's pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not going to do that. And then next time you see the quad, we should be on the first flight and first test hover. Right then, see you later. Thanks for watching.